Welcome back. It's been a minute. I've been traveling and been working on some fun stuff, um, but I wanted to kind of get back into the groove of streaming and whatnot. So here we are. And I can see my chat things working. I got that set up now. So um, happy to see that. Maybe I gotta, whatever, I'll play around with it later. But yeah, today's the gamification inside look at Workhorse stream. So I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. I made a good bit of progress. We just open VS Code and then yeah, I'll just leave it on display capture. That's fine. And then I should probably also pull out the chat so that I can maybe see it. Okay, so I can move it. Can I like? I can't grab and like drag. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. Boom. Cool. So I'll put that in the corner just so I can see it. I didn't really think of a better way to do it, but yeah. So that's that. We'll minimize this. We'll go into VS Code, and I'll just kind of show you guys where we are with things. Let me just save everything. So if you guys recall, last time we checked in, I showed you guys the front end. I don't know if I showed you all the pages, but give me 1 second. Weston AI setup, commit, boom, sync. Okay, cool. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of a quick recap, show you guys the front end, and then show you guys what I've built in the back end, and then we'll kind of just have like a little coding sesh. Python scripts, run the back end, and then do I need to make another one? Okay, rename front end. Cool. And then what I'll do is I'll move this over, and this guy and this guy. This is the front end. On the front end. Okay. So cool. So I made a bunch of changes. So like the startup scripts and stuff. So here's to hoping that it works. Cool. All right. And in doing so, I broke the login functionality. So some of the pages are going to be blocked behind, the authentication screen. So I'm just going to show you what I can without kind of getting too lost in the sauce, right? So here's the dashboard. You kind of have the breakdown of your stats. You have some kind of avatar. I want to have this kind of like a customizable type thing where you can like customize this with credits that you're earning from using the app. But this is just kind of like a mock layout of what you would see. You can get more detailed stat breakdown. So for each category, you just click that, it gives you a drop down, and then if you want to go to the full analytics page, it's blocked. Let me actually, you know what? I can change this in the routing settings, in the client pages. It should be in this one. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is oh wait, how do I, okay, I forgot, there's like a special syntax, I feel like, for commenting stuff out. Yeah, here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna comment out the protected route stuff, production, I'll say for production. And then I'll just copy that, and we'll just make it a regular route. And what I can do instead, just to make life easy, is just kind of go in and that stuff is good. And then I'm also gonna grab these and move them in here. And then delete out the protected tag. And then continue to do the same thing. So go over here, delete this out, go to the shop page. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just making it so that in development I can access these routes, these pages, without having to see the login screen, right? So now, cool, so that worked. So like I said, you have your stat breakdowns. Then what you can do is, if you want to go to the analytics page, you just click that. And this is just kind of a mock-up of what you would see, right? So you'd have your profile icon, you have your level, you have, the streak. This is running count of, I guess, the last 30 days. I'm not sure how I'm going to be kind of changing the layout of this part, but I want these tabs to adjust everything below it, right? So right now it's only adjusting this card, and all the stuff in here is just kind of mock, just for your visual understanding, I guess. But we're gonna, once I connect the back end to this, it'll all be dynamic and it will be tailored to each user. So that's what we're looking at. But yeah, so ideally we want to have analytics for the day, for the week, for the month, and yearly. And we can, because of how I'm kind of setting things up, we could abstract this beyond and even put like custom time frames, but that's kind of a tertiary goal at this point. And so in the analytics window, the main things that I want to kind of give people access to out of the gate are: one, pattern analysis, so behavioral insights based on your activity. So this is how you're interacting. Oh, no. The coaching page is still locked? It is. Where? Sorry, I just got sidetracked. Where's the coaching page? Coaching page. Maybe it's in my actual. Okay. User is authenticated. Oh, is there a way to easily circumvent this? Because I wanted to show you. God, does not exist. Okay, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. Just going to comment it out. All right, I can do that. And then okay. Oh, but it's gonna break everything. Oh, that sucks, bro. That really sucks. Okay. Well, coaching page is broken, and we might fix that today. But I kind of want to not get distracted by the showcase. So let's go back. Okay, cool. Boom. And then we're going to, I think it's the codex, right? So one, pattern analysis. So this is going to pull from people interacting with the virtual coach in the Wanderlust AI page. There will be kind of like a, similar to any other kind of GPT type thing, except it's going to be more targeted. What the hell? Jeez, dude, what the hell is this? All right, well, looks like okay. I'm gonna wrap this up in 3 minutes. I gotta go deal with something, and then I'll be back. But this is gonna be pulling from your virtual coach. It's also gonna be pulling from all the quests that you're doing. So within the quest tab, you're gonna input. I have these goals, right? You're defining your goals. Every time you define a goal, it gives you kind of like a quest chain, and you can track them visually. So there's like kind of a visual interface. There's a quest performance thing, and then there's also kind of like a filter, another kind of viewport where you can kind of filter, what quests have deadlines that are coming up, what are high rewards, what are linked to other things. I haven't tied these tabs to the card, but I will at some point. Um, we also have the Mythotect, right? The other aspect of this is that we're going to offer a bunch of personalization assessments. Some of them will be required in order to unlock an archetype. An archetype is just like an easy way of classifying users into, psychological personality profiles that will then influence how the mentor AI is coaching you, and also how the overall Workhorse AI system is coming up with schedules, generating quests, and and like to do stuff. Um, yeah, so there will be a whole suite of this stuff. Some of it will be optional, some of it won't be. But the more data you give, the more fine tuned and targeted the service can be, right? Then we have the Nexus. Not really married to the formatting of this, but just kind of want to have a place where users can interact with each other. So there'll probably be some kind of automated system posting about people that are making lots of progress. I had an idea of implementing some social accountability groups. So like cliques and clans, cliques being like cliques being AI assembled cohorts, small cohorts of people um, that have goals that kind of line up, and then clans are user created, user defined hierarchy, um, social structures where people can be working on different things and be contributing to some greater project. And I think so like the gamification thing comes into play with like raid bosses, or you know clan challenges or competitions. And so that also ties into these two tabs here. I don't have pages set up for them, but we want to have like some kind of leaderboard where you can see, who's top of the clique, who's top of the clan, global leaderboards even. And what else? Community feed, and then also mentorship, right? So mentorship is the other piece to this, which is also blocked in the coaching page. But there's also going to be a user-to-user mentorship platform. So if people want to coach others on their own, they can use this platform to connect with users that have already defined, quests, schedules, are like doing things in their own lives that are correlated with um, things that people have experienced teaching it. And so every user can become a mentor. What we're going to do is have kind of like a verified status or an authenticated status where people that are like, get the check mark from the Workhorse side will be verified and will just be a little bit more highly advertised. But we'd love to have that system monetized, so people could do it for free, or they could monetize. We'll kind of leave that up to the user. What else? Marketplace, right? The Demarium. This is all kind of like, you know, weird language that I was trying to kind of make like this constellation stellar theme. Um, and so we might have like a lore toggle, right? So instead of quests, it'll be just like goal breakdowns, and instead of mythotech, it'll be like personalization, and codex will be analytics, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, so I think that kind of showcases, and I guess in the shop, right, there's two different currency systems, right? So both of these are earned currency. You have Demir's, which is kind of like the base currency. It's you can only earn it through actions and achievements in Workhorse. Then you have kind of a paid premium. Um, I can take it. Uh, Send me a list of what he needs. All right. Yeah. So this is a paid premium currency. The only differentiating thing is that you can use this to like basically unlock convenience and customization features into mirrors. I haven't actually. I mean, I did actually think of the. I did think about like the economy and how having two currencies would work. Um, and I think that's kind of encapsulated in the market principles section here, right? Like I want things to be fair. I don't want there to be any pay to win stuff. Um, but I also want people that are like trying to fast track things to have a vehicle to do that. So I think that's kind of encapsulates what the aims are with this. Out the gate, I'd like to kind of offer some, cursory cosmetic stuff, maybe some like streak shields, um, XP doubling, other type booster things, quest packs. So like people that are from the admin side, I want to see. Basically, I want to be able to group people that are like running into the same types of quests and then offer them on the store as quest packs. So instead of like having to go in and defining your goal, and this is much easier, right, than sitting down and fleshing all this stuff out yourself, right? Because all you're really doing is stating a goal, refining it, and then you're given a quest line. But if you want to just get something out of the box, I think it would be cool to just kind of offer a whole quest that's already been tried and tested by other people and has been refined through sort of the system feedback process to be able to just grab that from the shop. And then also mentorship. Been playing around with like if we want to constrain access to AI mentorship to certain, time frames or tokens or whatever. But I'm not married to anything any which way. What I want to do is have this be primarily free, or allow people to get a good amount of utility from it free, and not kind of gatekeep everything behind microtransactions, because I hate that as a high schooler. Well, ever since I've been playing games, like I've always hated microtransactions and gatekeeping functionality, like mission critical functionality behind paywalls. That's always been something that I didn't like. So trying not to do that here. And then yeah, we'll have like seasonal limited time stuff that maybe you can only get with the earned currency or the paid currency. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's about it. The about page, nothing special. Just kind of broke down what the system is. But I do want to show you guys the back end, what I've set up for the API on the back end. And you gotta be, okay. Let me just split this again. All right, Python scripts run backend, and then, dude, this is some, wait, what? Python scripts, run backend.py. Cool. All right, so the backend is up. Boom, we started that, and we can go into the docs. I'm not going to show you everything, but needless to say, I have built in a lot to this backend, and now I'm just working on plugging it in. I got the Weston AI. The name's changing. It could be Wanderlust, it could be Weston, but I've got all that stuff set up, so soon it'll kind of just be, you know, plug and play. The last couple things I need to do are put in like the overall Workhorse system AI, and then make sure that the database is all set up, and then it's just a matter of connecting the back end to the front end. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think I've made a good bit of progress. I'm gonna get off the stream, deal with something really quick, but I'll be back and kind of working on this in a more um, I don't know. I'll be streaming. I'll have the chat going. If anybody pops in and has questions, I'll kind of interact with them, and I'll just kind of treat it as like a flow coding session. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2. Appreciate you